Hello, hello, hello. How's it going, everyone? This is a new setup, so let me know right away if you can't hear me or if there's any audio issues. I'm going to just wait a little bit as we have people joining. YouTube obviously is sending out this notification to everyone, so I'll give people some time to join. I'm going to try to make this larger so I can see your guys' chat. Pop out chat. Oh gosh, that's not any larger. Good morning from Australia. Wales, UK. Hello, hello. Closed captions should be on. Greetings, Sasha, Chloe, watching from the UK. I don't know if there's anyone from the US in here. Tasmania, Australia, Russia, LS from Russia, Night from Russia. Nikki, Aaron, will you teach Grizzly True Crime how to turn on CC during a live stream? She thinks it's not possible. I can definitely reach out for sure. The thing about it is you have to start the live stream. You have to pre-schedule the live stream ahead of time, and then it gives you the option to turn on closed captioning once you do that. So it's a little bit tricky. So maybe she has not yet figured out the trick on how to do it. Hit the like button. Yes, thank you. Hit that like button. Scottsboro, Alabama. Okay, so we do have some people from the US watching from Denmark. Hello, hello. Daniel from Germany. Joanne from Florida. Ohio. Phoenix. Angie, how's it going? Los Angeles, nice. Oh, hello from Kansas. BW's in Kansas. I'm in Kansas right now. Very cool. Also, it should be mentioned, I'm in a new setting right now. I'm with family right now, and so someone says the image is slow. But I am getting video lag. Could be my internet. Oh no. Hopefully the video is not lagging. I'm going to test it out on my phone. Let me know if it's pretty rough. But yeah, I'm in a new spot, so the internet may be a factor as well. We'll have to deal with what we have today. There also may be a baby in the background. I am a new uncle. My sister recently had a baby, so there's a baby in the house. So those are some things to look out for. But we're gonna keep this a relatively short stream. We want to dive into some of the Summer Wells information. I have been kind of offline the last several days, so I know some people, they continued the search today, and so we can jump into that together. We'll see what the deal is. Hopefully, I'm lagging quite a bit. Oh no. Some people are saying no lag. I've been offline for a while. My voice has been out. I've had kind of a head cold. Not COVID. I had to get tested for COVID for a work thing. And I do not have COVID. But let me test this on my phone and see what it's looking like. Sorry, 1 second. I'm going to mute myself for just a moment. Yeah, it is lagging. Some people are saying no lag. I'm just going to continue on, press on, and someone says, I'm old. What's lagging? Lagging is when it doesn't line up, the video and audio are delayed, or it's just not lining up correctly. Yeah, so maybe if we go to small, if we go to this, maybe it won't lag as much if I'm down in the corner. So I'm going to pull it up on my phone again and just see. Because maybe it's just when I'm full screen. I'm not sure. So let's test it out here. We got dogs. Yeah, I don't think it's lagging nearly as bad. And if it is lagging, we're just going to have to deal with it. Like I said, it's going to be a somewhat short stream. I'm just checking in. And it sounds like you guys can hear me based on what you guys are commenting. So that's all that matters, I guess. So yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. And if it gets super bad, my mod will let me know that it's unbearable to watch. I know it can be frustrating, but we're going to press on. I still want to believe that her poor baby is not 2 hours away from the house. I think within 50 to 100 miles, just my gut telling me this. Thanks to everyone who's joined. Over 100 people in here. Let's hit that like button and let's get into it. So I've given people enough time to slowly join, but as people join, they can of course go back into the stream and check out. Oh, I can hear myself. Anyways, I think my sister might be watching the stream in the other room. That's distracting. I can hear myself. What are you doing? I can hear myself. What is the delay? What? Are you not watching me? You're watching Jeopardy? I'm so sorry. What am I hearing? That's you. Oh, okay. Okay, we do have other people in the house checking to see the lag. That was very distracting, but it is okay. We're back. Okay. Everyone's troubleshooting with me. Okay, so let's jump into it. So for those of you who are unaware, today, apparently the search for Summer Wells has continued. Search teams have returned to Beach Creek, apparently. So there's a few articles that came out today earlier. Actually, I don't know why this is saying published June 20th. Oh, updated 3 hours ago. Okay, so yeah, this is from 3 hours ago. It's the voice in your head. Thank you, Raindrops. I'm not going crazy. But yeah, so basically 3 hours ago, this was updated. The disappearance of Summer Wells, the 5-year-old Hawkins County girl at the center of a Tennessee Amber Alert, has captured the attentions of thousands across the region. Below is a timeline of the case. So we all know the timeline. She went missing in early June, so it's been almost basically half a year at this point. And they still have yet to find her, but it looks like they've ramped up search efforts. So if we actually go through this timeline, we can scoot on to what I believe would be today, July. So this is actually going super far back. So, wow, this is a very detailed timeline with tweets embedded, all sorts of things. So at the end of this, I'm actually going to probably have to link this down below because this is super beneficial. But she went missing on June 5th. And then, of course, the most up-to-date version is today, Tuesday, November 30th. So let's listen in on this video. And if you guys were here for the last stream, you will know that my audio situation in watching videos is a little bit weird. I have to just put the mic up to the speaker. So my apologies, but here we go. Oh, it's going to be an ad. Maybe. What a wonderful stream so far. Technical issues. That was also a 20-minute video, so I don't know. We're not going to go through the whole 20-minute video, but let's see what that video had. Okay, I guess the video's gone. This is just part of the article, but it says officials with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation announced Tuesday that Hawkins County deputies, along with officials from several other law enforcement agencies, have returned to the Beach Creek area to search for Summer Wells. TBI reps confirmed that 128 officers from 12 agencies, including 2 canine teams, are involved with the search. So that's just today. I don't know what has led to the ramped up search efforts, because that's quite a few people, 128 people. I don't know if they had a lead of some sort. We're going to, of course, look into the Beach Creek area. I'm still super new to this case, so I'm not even sure where that's at in relation to kind of where the entire day happened, or where the entire, events occurred throughout the day, but we'll look into that. The search was a planned move, not something. Oh, well, if I just read a little bit more, not stemmed from new information, officials said the teams returned to the area to search in areas that were previously too difficult to access because of high grass and heavy foliage. Okay, so I'm clearly, I'm still foggy from my head cold because I could have just looked down there and seen that it was planned. So, cool. Let me look here. All right, so let's keep moving. So let's see what this next article says. I'm sure they're all going to be about the same, but as you can see from the photos, it's a lot of people. Quite a few people wearing their jackets. Even a $25,000 reward is being offered up. I feel like that was already a thing, or at the very least, there was some level of reward money. But yeah, on Tuesday, dozens of agents and deputies were in the Beach Creek area to search for Summer. Definitely dozens. It sounds like over 100. They were focusing on overgrown areas that they said were previously difficult to access. Locals were urged to search sheds and outbuildings for the 3-foot blonde-haired youngster as the initial missing child probe was quickly escalated to a full-scale Amber Alert. If anyone's in Tennessee, let me know if you're near there. I wonder what that's like right now. Are they I wonder if they're allowing other people to search, because they're they're advising other people to search their areas, like sheds and things. But I wonder if it's an option for you to just join in on the search if you're there. Let's read some of these comments. 110 Ben Hill Road is where it's happening. Oh, so the search is just happening near their home then, right? Because I have it pulled up right here, of course. We're going to mull over some maps. We have 110 Ben Hill pulled up already. But this is apparently... Oh, so Beach Creek is the street. Okay, Beach Creek Road. I was thinking that would actually be a creek. But yeah, this is their property, which we know when in a couple of the past live streams, the property, you have to go up Ben Hill Road that then turns into a gated road up to their property, and it's up on a pretty big hill. So I imagine they're just searching the Beach Creek area, but they said that they're looking in some areas that were previously high foliage, so they must be searching off the road to an extent. But then again, if you look here, there's like another area called Beach Creek down here. So this whole area just must be the Beach Creek area. But we'll get more into that in a second. Let's see. Yes, everyone, I will definitely reach out to her about the CCs, because I'm sure she would turn on closed captioning if she knew how. It definitely wouldn't be something she would be doing on purpose. It just must be something that she has yet to discover within the YouTube features. So I will definitely, I'll definitely reach out to her. I also saw, and I'm going a little off topic here, but a few people have gotten their mugs. So shout out to Raindrops and Heather, who have sent me tweets showing that they got their mugs. This is from Raindrops. Because, yeah, we do have the Mulling Over Maps mugs if you are so inclined. And I've been missing coming on here as well. Thank you, Joyce. Hello, Nikki. So anyways, let's continue. But this is the house, and I've gone in the past live stream. I went through, or one of my previous videos, I went through their entire day. So if you guys want to go check out their entire day, I mapped that entire thing out. So we're not going to go as much into detail there. Thanks, Oregon Life. Appreciate that. Super nice comment. Oh, sorry, that was mean. Yes. Okay. Pretty awesome comment there. Wonderful. So this is one thing that a few people were wanting me to talk about. Someone sent an email in regards to the clip from Summer in the back seat. And we're going to play this video. This is a super slow-mo version. It's 12% speed. And what we're going to notice in this video is look outside the window when it pans over to Candace. You can actually start to see some of the outside of the car, and it's really hard to determine exactly where they're at based on this. But someone actually went out, and I can't take any credit for this. I'll have to find the exact person who deserves the credit for this, but we're going to show where they think that this happened, because there's a couple pieces of information that aren't lining up based on what Candace and the grandma said. So let's keep watching here. Obviously, this is Candace driving. Apparently, the grandma was supposed to be taking a photo, but she actually clicked the video, so she took a quick 3-second video instead. But right here, towards the end, is where you're going to see the part that we're going to focus on. So right there. So I'm going to pause it. These are the 2 poles that we're going to focus on in a moment. So I feel like some people are talking about drama. Joanne, what drama are you referring to? Hopefully no one's being mean in the comments. I didn't think Alicia would have to work overtime on this one. In fact, everyone give a shout out to Alicia. She's being generous with her time today to hop in an impromptu live stream. So anyways, this is where we're going to pause, and we're actually going to go to this section on the map. And there's 2 sections that we're going to look at. So, excuse me, there's a sign with an arrow that they actually go by right there. And you can actually see that in the video. If we go backwards, we're going to go to this as well. Someone lost the live stream. Hope not. I'm just going to keep going until I see something from the mod. Hopefully it's still going. But the video where we're seeing the 2 poles is actually right here. These are the 2 poles that I believe are in that video. They don't look like they line up perfectly right now. They don't look like they line up perfectly, but we can't actually get perfectly in line with them right here. As you can see, I'm too far past them right here. But if I go back to this area, you can see the arrow. And this is where I really think it lines up. Because right here, you can see the arrow. Now, let me go full screen real quick. There's the arrow. And if we go back to the map, there it is right there. So a little bit better angle. And that would make sense for them to be driving east, or west rather, from the town back to their house. So there's the arrow. And at this point, it was reported that Candace had said that during this part of the route, when they did the video, that they were 5 minutes from home, which would check out. So if we actually go back to here, this area is actually near the Walker Fork Church. And if we just go 110 Ben Hill Road, and then we type that in, it's roughly 4.8 miles, or it's showing about 8 minutes on here. So that would actually check out. Man, are people losing the stream? Man, I'm going to pause for a moment. And I'm going to check it on my end. Joyce, thank you so much. Also, we're 2 likes away from 100. All right, I'm gonna check the stream on my phone. I don't see it from everyone. Some people are saying you dropped. It's fine on my side. Okay. Man, tough. I didn't realize how much of an internet connection you needed for streaming. They have pretty good internet too, so it's still going strong on mine. So guys, if you are losing the stream in any way, maybe just refresh on your end. It's likely on my end, so my apologies. But you may just have to refresh the stream. Sometimes that's what needs to happen for it to reset. So, anyways, continuing on. So yeah, Candace has never been super solid with her times anyways. So for her to say that they were about 5 minutes from home, like I said, it would check out even if it was a bit further. So the thing that sticks out as odd from here is that the grandma said that they were like an hour and a half from home when they took this video. Now, I'm sure they were interviewed several times about different videos and photos that were taken throughout the day. And she may have been referring to the photo that was taken, or the video that was taken at the river when they were swimming. I'm not sure. Because if that was the case, then yeah, they were probably, it probably took them over an hour because they went back to the Walgreens for the prescription. They went to, the Sonic to get a drink. They went to the grocery store, as we all know. They, the milk situation. But it's a bit odd because if the grandma was referring to when they took the video in the car, then it wouldn't make sense for them to take an hour to go 4.5 miles. But that's where the main speculation from today is going to come in, because a lot of people were also saying that they may have taken a detour to meet up with Dawn on the way home. So we're going to go into some speculation. I had a few emails sent to me to go over some of these videos that we're going to go through now. And then we're going to kind of dive deep into what we think may have actually happened. So once again, for the people that are just joining, we have 227 people in here. Thank you all for joining. To the people that have joined late, we're going to quickly go through this. The video happening, the video that happened in the car of Summer in the back seat, this one here, as we all know, the milk carton video. The actual car, the background, we think we've identified where they drove by. So if we pause the video right here, you can see the arrow in the background. That is the same arrow that is going to be along this road right here. We can actually go back and go to the street view again, if it will allow us. Okay, we're just going to have to go do it ourselves. All right. Going up the road here. It's pitch dark in Connecticut. Yes, East Coast, it is dark. It's like past 6 o'clock in the East Coast. Midnight in Australia. Wow. Get some sleep. All right, here we go, guys. So, sorry, I just have to pull this up again just to show the people that are late to the party. This is the sign. Here's the sign here, the arrow. So they would have been driving west back home. And then if we scrub forward in the video, I'll just let it play out. We will get to see the two trees that show up right. Let's there. So there's the two, or not trees, poles rather. There are the two poles. So if we go back to this video, if she would have been driving down this road here, there's the two poles. And if we click one more further, we're just a bit too far past it to be able to tell super well. But that, I believe, is actually what we're looking at with pretty high degree of certainty that that's the two poles that are in the video there. And you can almost see the little shed in the background. It's hard to make out that little shed right there. But you can almost tell that there's something in the background even. So I would say that that's pretty likely to be where they were at. So let's jump into this video. This is a video from Michelle After Dark. and we're going to listen to a little bit of her video. This was sent to me by somebody earlier this week, and this is where we go down kind of that speculation road where we, there's no facts to back any of this up, but it is interesting considering the grandma did say that it took an hour to drive from that position or from that part of the road when they took that video. And like we just saw, they were only 5 miles away at that point, so that would not line up at all. So, and then we'll ask some questions in the chat, and we'll interact a little bit with some people, and we'll go from there. That shed gives me horror movie vibes. Yes, it does.
Don wasn't at work all day, and he left between 3 and 3:35. He was not at work between 3 and 3:35. Now, he could have just gone for a bite to eat. He could have just gone anywhere, right? He could have just fancied a break. So it may be something or it may be absolutely nothing, but it's maybe something.
Her dog ran off. Her dogs are very cute. Let's see what she says. She continues here.
On the road at the same time, possibly, and in the same vicinity. We know that Don was working on a housing development in Jonesboro. If you travel from Jonesboro through Fall Branch, you get to that intersection of Mull Road and Lone Star Road. And that would take about half an hour. So if Don was only away for 35 minutes, Don hasn't had time to go and meet Candice at that intersection and then get back to work.
So she makes a good point. Also, thanks to the 300 people that are here, go ahead and gently tap that like button to get the video out there in the YouTube algorithm to more people. I would greatly appreciate that. But yeah, Michelle makes a great point there. I just recently found her channel, and I need to gently tap her subscribe button and turn on notifications, which if you guys want to do that for me as well, if you're enjoying the video, feel free to do so. But anyways, she mentions that Don reportedly left work for about a half an hour around the same time that they would have been driving home. And so someone had asked what the address of, who was it that asked? I'm not entirely sure, but someone was asking about the address. I don't know if they're referring to the house or the area that we're looking at on the side of the road, but I'll give you both. So the house is 110 Ben Hill Road, and the area that we're looking right here is going to be roughly 6301 Lone Star Road, and it's actually near the Walker Fork Church. So if you just type in Walker Fork Church in Kingsport, Tennessee, that's the area that we're looking at that is roughly 5 minutes, 10 minutes from the house. So they would have passed that that part of the road on their way back to 110 Ben Hill Road, and we'll do it once again from here. 110 Ben Hill Road. As we can see, it is 5 miles roughly. And then what Michelle was mentioning in her video there that we just watched is that Don, the father of Summer, was reportedly working in Jonesboro this day, which is just down here. So if we actually remove the 110 Ben Hill Road address and we type in Jonesboro, Tennessee, we can see that he could have easily met them at that intersection. And likely, I mean, regardless of if he met them there or not, he would have probably taken this road to and from work because, I mean, he may have gone down this road as opposed to this one that is showing on the maps, but his house is just right over here. So he would have likely gone down this main road down to Jonesboro. So we'll do the math here on lining it up with the grandma story. But let me read a few of these comments. Someone just said, Christine Melcher, hey everyone, just discovered this channel. Welcome to the channel. Christine, if you are new here, this isn't the normal setup. Usually I have a little bit more of a concrete setup with a little bit better quality, so please don't judge the stream based on this stream alone. I am currently traveling for the holidays. I will be back in my normal setup December 5th, and I will be making a lot of content up until Christmas. So thanks for joining, and if you want to subscribe and tag along, feel free. Turtle, love my mulling over maps mug. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. Oh, funny face. Thank you for the address. Yes, no worries. I'm going to just actually read a few of these comments. I'm enjoying seeing the comments come through. Lindsay says, I've always thought the TBI were definitely holding on to a lot and knew a lot. I don't know why people think they would go public before the live stream is 100%, or the investigation is 100%. Sorry, it's very small on my screen. Also, sorry about the cough. Like I said at the beginning, it's not COVID. I got tested for a work thing. It's just the Midwest. It's so dry. Excuse me. Sorry. Hey Holly. I don't think I'm gonna do calls today just because the setup isn't solid right now for that. Yeah. I Holly, definitely reach out to me if you have something. I know I definitely see your messages. There's just so much to dive into, and right now with me traveling, it's hard to dive into everything. So I'm doing this as kind of an update for the summer case, but if you have anything, Holly, hit me up, definitely. Let's read a few more of these. Oh my gosh, over 400 people in here now. Guys, tap the like button. Let's get the stream out to new people like Christine, who just found the channel. So welcome to the new people that are here. While they're searching, where are Candace, Dawn, and Grandma? Nella, that's a good point. I would hope that they are also searching. I know that's one of the biggest things about this case that people are talking about, is that there's just not enough from the family in terms of involvement and care. And I know that it has been 6 months, and they definitely showed more signs at the beginning, and maybe they've just lost a sense of hope. But I personally, with this case, sense a lot of there's a lot of bad vibes, if that's the way to put it. I think that the parents know more than they're letting on, and I think that's a potentially good question for the poll, since we have 400 people in here. And I know I've asked this in previous streams, but I'm going to ask something here, and I'm curious of your guys' thoughts on this. The wording is kind of bad, but I'm going to go with it. Do you think the parents know more than what they are letting on? So do you think that the parents have had more information this entire time in regards to Summer, and they just haven't put it out there? Now, I know that we're not necessarily blaming the parents for anything with this, but I'm just curious if you guys think they are kind of withholding information as to not get in trouble any further, potentially. Funny Face says, so many suspicious folks. Yeah, and someone said something about all the sheds too. There's just so many things with the sheds as well, and we're going to get into that. But anyways, wow, 100%. Look at the votes. The votes are close to 100%. Yeah. I'm seeing 100 people have voted already, and yeah, it's pretty unanimous. So I'm going to leave that up for a little bit, but I think it's just a bit sketchy. Gnome says Dawn is reportedly at work. Oh, so like currently at work, or what? Also, if the stream is still lagging, I apologize. We're making it work. Let's see. There is a photo in car taken after the video. It shows car in different location. Louise. Interesting. What do you mean by a different location? Hmm. Let's see. Just popping in. If interested in please check out my channel there. Okay, someone's promoting their channel. Wonderful. I'll have to check it out. Starlink will tell where Dawn is. Interesting. Okay, well, let's dive back into it. I've enjoyed reading the comments. Holly says something about calling, I feel like. Let's see what Chris says. Bothersome info. Hunter and Summer got cold easy. Mom said Summer got cold easy. Resting on milk is not consistent with those statements. That's a really good point, Chris. That is a great point, because I do remember her saying something about being cold pretty easily, and you wouldn't think that she would be, just sleeping calmly on the milk carton. But yeah, Alicia also asked, what's the population of this area? That's a good point. It's a pretty spread out area. The city that they were at during the day doing a bunch of their grocery shopping is Kingsport, which is right here. We'll look at the population of the whole area. Let's look at the Kingsport population 2020. Hopefully that's Kingsport, Tennessee. 55,442. Let's double check that that's Kingsport, Tennessee. Yeah, 55,000. My Google just switched to nighttime mode. It's getting dark here. So 55,000, and then I would imagine the area. Oh, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. I would imagine the area around Kingsport it's much more rural. So I would imagine not much in like these surrounding towns like Mount Carmel and Jonesboro. Jonesboro and Johnson City look a little bit larger, but like I said, these are not where they were at during that day. But overall, this is a pretty rural area, pretty small towns, nothing too crazy. Aaron, look next door to the east and see the red truck, white toolbox there. Next door to the east. Holly, are you talking about from the house on 110 Ben Hill? Or what are you referring to, Holly? I'll keep an eye out for your comment. So anyways, J Lover. I think that's what it is. Or Dog Lover. It's very small on this screen. I'm going to take a photo and show you guys what this looks like in a moment, this setup. But thank you for subscribing to the channel, Dog Lover. Let me go ahead and take a photo of this because this is funny to me. I'm going to airdrop this to myself and show you guys this setup. Not that this has anything to do with what we're talking about, but as people are still joining, we might as well. So let's... There's almost 500 people in here. It's crazy. Save. Okay. Then we're going to get into the speculation stuff and map out the time frames. Oh, shoot. That's not going to be it. Hold on. That's an old thumbnail. I was like, what is that? It's a thumbnail. No worries. Okay. No work stuff. Okay, guys. This is the setup right now that I'm dealing with. I just took this photo on my phone. I have you guys up here on the screen. Oh, wait. Can you guys even see this? Yeah, you should be able to. Okay. Anyways, you guys are like really tiny fine print on the right side of the screen. And then I have everything else set up on the side. But that's unrelated. We should get back to the main point of this. I go on tangents. That's what happens here. We're mulling over maps. Let's get back to it. Anyways, so if we look and we go back to what Michelle from her video was talking about, she had mentioned that Dawn had taken a 30-minute break from work, or roughly 30 minutes, And if that's the case, he could have met them at this intersection where the video was taken. And, this is all purely speculation at this point. But if the grandma had mentioned that it had taken an hour and a half from the time that they made the video, which is right around the Walker Fork Church, then they would have been able to drive the 30 minutes to Jonesboro to meet with Don. And then however long they would have been in Jonesboro, once again, speculating if Summer happened to be handed off to anyone at that point or handed off to Don at that point, it wouldn't have been instant. They would have taken a little bit of time to meet somewhere and go through that process. And then from Jonesboro, obviously back to the house is going to be another 30 minutes plus about 10 minutes, because we know that it took a little bit of time, roughly 10 minutes from that point back to the house. Let me double check one thing on the stream resolution. Apparently the video is still a little bit iffy. Let me do this real quick. But anyway, so that would actually line up to finish my before I go on another tangent. That would put them back at the house about an hour, at least over an hour from when they took that video. So that's a little bit fishy. But like I said, that's purely speculation at this point. Angela says, Don. Oh, hey, Angela. Welcome back. Don said he had the boys with him. Yeah, that was another thing that was odd. When I guess Don called when they were at the Walgreens, Don had mentioned someone creepy at their house, and I don't know if that was like confirmed or not, but he was supposed to be at work, so I don't know if they had cameras or how he knew that someone was at the house creeping around, or if that story is even valid. But yeah, anyways, let me look into the settings on the broadcast here. Settings, stream. I don't know if I can change the settings while I'm streaming. I definitely, okay, let's see. I'm going to turn it down. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to try to turn the stream settings down to alleviate with the lag situation. I don't know if that worked, but we'll see. Let's see if the output, yeah, it definitely let me do it while streaming. So let me turn it down even a little bit more, and we'll see if the video all of a sudden just took a huge dive and it doesn't look good at all. Let me know, but trying to do whatever I can to help the stream. Oh, it looks like a lot of dropped frames, it says. Yikes. Anyways, well, like I said, this is not my normal setup, so if you're new to the stream, come back or subscribe and join again in the future. We're going to have a better setup, but I'm just temporarily setting things up to be able to do this on the road while I'm traveling right now. But yeah, let's go back into, so this is where it gets really a little bit odd. And like I said, going down the speculation theory, let's go to the people's comments. So yeah, 92% of you say that you guys think that the parents know more than what they're letting on. And I would have to agree with you. This is where it gets a little bit down the speculation rabbit hole. But we're going to listen in on the stream of Sweetie Pie LO, and she's interviewed a psychic, apparently psychic Reverend Donna, and in this video she apparently reveals that she had seen where Summer potentially went missing, a lot of information around the case. And so let's listen in on this a little bit, and then we're going to go into the maps real quick. One sec.
People thought, oh, where did he take her to a carousel to trade off? No. Because the other things I was seeing where I kept feeling like, and I hadn't even looked at a map of Tennessee. I'm all the way in California. And it's like Tennessee Hills, and I was saying winery or brewery. Well, there's a Tennessee Hills distillery in Jonesboro, and it felt like originally Summer was taken to that general area, not to the distillery, but to that area. And then remember seeing a gazebo directly behind Tennessee Hills Distillery is Gazebo Park. So you could type in Gmaps, Gazebo Park, Jonesboro, Tennessee, and you will literally come up with that. And the steam train goes in between the Tennessee Hills Distillery and this Gazebo Park and goes alongside it. So, and that Enchanted Life Path person, a YouTube.
So I don't know if I didn't actually find the right part of the video. Sorry about that. She kind of talks about it. I'm going to end up linking this. Oh my gosh, people say the stream has gone down and we've just went down to like 300 people. Lost stream. Oh my gosh. Dang it. If the stream is popping or if dropping out, my apologies. I see some people bouncing back in here, so maybe 1 second. I'm gonna have to end this one. I'm gonna ask Alicia, let me know. It's working for me. Okay. Keeps cutting out for me. Okay, once again, to everyone who's here that is sticking around, I appreciate it. But yeah, definitely try to refresh if it does end up going out for you. But let's keep rolling. And John, you mentioned the mic was buzzing a bit. Yeah, I'm having to put my mic up against my speakers for the time being during this because it's not taking the audio from my computer during the live. So it's a little bit of a sketchy thing. But I'm going to end up linking this entire 2-hour video down below once I post this. It's too much to go through during this live stream, but basically what ends up happening is the psychic Reverend Donna, which if you believe in that stuff or not, I have no idea what to even think of it. She goes on to talk about how when she has these psychic kind of medium moments, she gets all of this information and it's like people are talking to her and then she just like writes it all down. And sometimes it has to do with other cases and not just one particular case, but she was being spoken to about the Summer Wells case. And apparently she had mentioned seeing a gazebo. And a lot of people, this is what was sent to me, were talking about a gazebo in the town of Jonesboro. So if we just talked about the dad, Don Wells, working in Jonesboro, and a lot of people think that Summer never actually ended up going back home, that she was maybe taken to Jonesboro. And if this psychic is obviously talking about this gazebo, if we go on the map, we can see there is a gazebo in Jonesboro. Now, there's also probably a gazebo in every single town if you look hard enough. So, you know, what does this really carry? Does this really carry any weight? I don't think so. Probably not. But it is something that some people sent to me and wanted me to go over. And just like a few people are commenting right down below, she's a medium. It's not facts. Exactly. And that's why I'm not going through her entire video. I'm not going through and going to spend a lot of time on this. But it would be pretty wild if in the future something came out and Summer was found or there was any sort of connection to a gazebo in the town of Jonesboro, because that would be a pretty substantial thing, and we might have to all consider looking into sorry, coughing in the mic, mediums. But until then, we are just going to cover it very quickly and move on. But the Jonesboro gazebo is exactly 21 miles from their house, so about a 37-minute drive. And once again, I apologize. I'm dealing with a bit of a head cold, so I just put a cough drop in. What do you guys think, real quick? I'm just going to chat with you guys a bit. What do you guys think the planned, if we go back to this article, the kind of going back to the beginning of the stream, they have ramped up their search efforts today, and we never actually watched this guy's video, so we might go ahead and do that. But apparently this was a planned search. So how long has this been planned, right? So were they just thinking after Thanksgiving sometime they'd search for summer? One second. Oh my goodness. This is why I didn't stream yesterday, you guys. If you saw my story highlight yesterday, my voice was completely out. So it's just now getting back, but it's a little bit dry here. Christy says she's a hunter. Donna has helped in several cases. Check her channel out. See, and that's another thing. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus and say that they completely aren't someone to be taken seriously, but we gotta take everything with a grain of salt. Northern Healer says Robin has the same red truck that they were looking for. Her dad willed it to her in his death. I did hear about that, and I want to look into more of Robin's story at some point. I don't know if we'll get to that today, but I know a lot of people are considering or thinking that Robin is involved in some way. Cindy says, Aaron, are you sure you don't have COVID like me? No, I don't. Unless I had a negative test or a false negative. I had to get tested for a work thing the other day, and I tested negative. So I'm good to go. I feel like I would know also. But Cindy, sorry to hear that you have COVID. Hopefully you are feeling better soon. Let's listen to this video really quick. But yeah, that's what I was thinking is like, I want to look more into why this search was planned, and if it was planned, when was it planned? Because we're so many months out from her actually going missing. It doesn't make sense to me that when would they have planned this? They wouldn't have planned this back in June. So they clearly have a reason for searching again. So anyways, continuing on. Hopefully there's no hum when I put the mic up to the thing to listen. We'll see.
Hi, I'm Harry Sullivan. Thanks for joining us on the WVLT Now desk. We have new information in the search for missing 5-year-old Summer Wells out of Hawkins County. Really, that new information is the search continues. We want to show you the latest from the TBI, who are back in the Beech Creek area of Hawkins County today, a little over 5.5 months from when she was reported missing. It was back on June 15th that Summer's parents reported her gone. Here we are. So the latest update is that TBI agents and Hawkins County deputies are back in this area, focusing on the overgrown areas that were previously difficult to reach due to all the heavy greenery, the lush forestation that is in that area. These are some of those pictures that TBI has shared with us of Beech Creek, Hawkins County, where they are searching. You can see a little less dense than we would have seen in the fall, and I'll show you over the summer, and I'll show you what it looked like in just a bit. But these are all those crews in Hawkins County getting ready to go this morning. That's the latest from TBI. But here's a look at what the search area looks like, and this is what it looked like back in June and July when the heavy searching started to get underway. You can see how overgrown it is, how lush that forestation is. Obviously, a lot of these leaves are going to fall.
Okay, so just like Chris just said, a lot of this brush is now gone. So obviously fall is in effect almost probably done. So a lot of the leaves have likely fallen and made it easier to at least see through some of that brush. So that makes sense, that it would clear things out a bit more. So I guess I should have assumed that they would have revamped their search at some point, but to me it seems a little odd just because we're still so many months out from it happening. Then again, they're still just continuing their efforts. So let's continue.
Fall that's going to cause an issue just on the ground in terms of the leaf buildup on the ground, but a lot of these heavier density areas that were tough to get to before is what they're going back to check now. So that's really the latest that we have. 5.5 months after Summer was reported missing from her Hawkins County home. It was June 15th when she was first reported missing. If you're just now joining us, once again, the biggest update so far that we've had in quite some time in the search for Summer Wells is that the search is officially back on. TBI does say it was a planned search, that they had planned all along to come back once the leaves fell, once some of these overgrown areas kind of got a little less dense. They could go back in and search some of these harder to get areas that they didn't get to do the first time around when it was so overgrown, so lush back in July, back in June, basically the summer months when they were searching for everything. So here's once again the tweet from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation.
Okay, well, that's pretty much what we knew, I guess, already, but we're not going to listen to this entire 20-minute video in this stream. But what we're going to do is we're going to pull the Twitter up for the TBI just to see and make sure they haven't tweeted anything new since all of this has happened. So their last tweet, it looks like, or that tweet from earlier this morning was from 7 hours ago, it looks like. And actually, let me quickly do this. Sorry, guys, I'm working with it's quite the technical feat to be streaming right now. So it looks like they updated it 3 hours ago, or there's a few more tweets. So this is, yeah, you can see the trees are a lot less filled with leaves. Of course, that made for the ground being much thicker with leaves. But yeah, that's kind of what they're dealing with on their search. Looks like they have some dogs as well. Crazy. In addition to the ground search, crews are also in the air searching for potential points of interest. Wow, that's crazy. It's like you're super high up in this photo. Like, what do you even, I mean, they're looking at points of interest, I guess. I'm not sure what I'm even seeing here. And then it looks like this has nothing to do with that case. So they haven't tweeted anything since then. The TBI, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. So that's all we have there. This is another kind of, this is something that someone also sent me. And it is talking about Billy Dishner, apparently is a friend of the grandma. And this is one of the last things we're going to talk about today. But Billy Dishner apparently lived in the shed on the property at one point, and he's a little bit of a greaseball, if that's the right word. I don't know what other word I'm going to use right now, but he's apparently a little bit, he might be a predator. I don't want to assume, like, I think that that's what they said, that he is on some sort of a list. So that's a little bit concerning to know that there was someone on the property that could have been some sort of a predator. But this is what this person got. They fished up some info on Billy. All right.
Different type of, they maybe went from the gravel to the pavement.
Hold on. That interview is still going, unfortunately. So many things. All right, here we go.
Clarence Dishner. He used to live on Ben Hill Road, Rogersville, Tennessee, 37857. Billy also goes, or went, by the name Dishner. And he also goes by the name Clarence Dishner, Billy Clarence Dishner, and William C. Dishner. His past address is Ben Hill Road, Rogersville, Tennessee, from January 14th to January 2020. And this is the same Billy Dishner that lived with Candace Hare or hung around Candace Hare at 110 Ben Hill Road in Rogersville, Tennessee. And they stayed in a travel trailer, I suppose, I would imagine. It's been said that Billy stayed in a shed on the property at 110 Ben Hill Road. And if he stayed with...
Okay, so that is kind of what I was just mentioning. So that'll be interesting to see if he at some point has been taken into question or been questioned about the case, or if he even lives there still. Okay, I'm seeing Aaron look at Sincerity's comment. Okay, hold on. Also got a message. Oh, yes, and another thing. Okay, hold on. Oh, here we go. Thank you, Sincerity, I think. Yeah, when Summer was reported missing, the description of her clothes are different. They differ from the ones Summer wore in the video. Could you compare the info? She wore long sleeve in the car. Interesting. Let's see. So what's the report? So she apparently wore something different. So also some people were talking about, thank you for the comment, Sincerity. Let's look into that because that's a bit fishy if that's the case. We're diving in together here. Let's look into the the report here. So Kingsport population, Summer Wells missing report. Sincerity. Let me know. I'm gonna go to full screen real quick and look something up. Report. We're gonna look at the actual report. I would assume police report, right? Oh, Holly made chili for dinner? That sounds amazing. Wow. Thank you. It's good to look at all areas. Oh, absolutely, Serenity. Yeah, I had heard something about the case being, or the clothing thing. Bye, Debbie. See ya. I had heard something about the clothing thing because she had been put in like really nice clothes when she had just gotten done swimming, so it was a little bit odd for her to get put into nice clothing. If we go back to that video of her in the car, let's see what she's wearing. It's like a long sleeve, like a hoodie almost. It's like a long sleeve pink hoodie with, looks like long black pants. So we're going to look into that. Also 586 people in here. Thank you guys. If you want to gently tap that like button, let's try to get it. Let's just get it to 500. We're at 590. We have 322 likes. Let's just get it to 500. That would be amazing, especially since we're going to be wrapping somewhat soon. That'll help just push it out there so people can see the stream after it uploads. Let's just everyone hit that at once. That would be awesome. Anyways, let's look into the actual, so Serenity, let me know if that's somewhere I can find. It's going to be tough maybe. There's so many articles about Summer with the police report. Amazing. Thank you, Alicia. It's so important to share this. So let me airdrop this to myself. Alicia coming in clutch, even though I thought she wasn't going to be here. Thank you so much. All right. All right. Airdrop accepted. So we know from that video that she's wearing the long sleeve pink hoodie. Whoops. Here is, it looks like the Amber Alert image that says Summer Wells, age 5 years old, last seen wearing gray pants, pink shirt, possibly barefoot. Is this what you were referring to? Is this what you're referring to, Serenity? It's not Serenity. Sincerity. Once again, so small on my screen. I mean, she is wearing, so I don't know. I mean, these pants, this is like a pink, I mean, I guess it's not a pink shirt. I don't know. How do they not know her birthday? Is that for real? Did they not say that it had her birthday on there? Hold on, I'm going to go full screen for a second. Wait, what do you... Chris, did they actually say they didn't know her birthday? I thought that was maybe said on here somewhere. Huh. Oh. Guys, my setup is so botched here. I'm so sorry. I hope that wasn't loud in your ears. I just knocked my mic off. My goodness. Anyways, tracksuit. Yeah, I mean, that is kind of a tracksuit, isn't it? I mean, they should have... I mean, it would have been weird, I guess, to use this photo because it's way less descriptive. But honestly, what's strange about it is that she does look so different in these two photos. You would almost want to use a more accurate photo. I know her hair is still short here, but she could almost be mistaken for a boy here. Then again, her eyes are closed. When she opens her eyes, she looks a little bit more feminine. And obviously what she's wearing here is more of a tank top, kind of, I guess, more of a tank top what girls would wear. But she could be mistaken for just a little blonde boy right here. So I don't know. Allison says, Aaron, the stream has been awesome on my end. No complaints. Oh, thank you. Muffy says, no worries. Or, you're awesome, Aaron. We don't care about your setup. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Chris says, best clothes are for funeral. Ooh, how's that for morbid? That is mulling over mics. Top comment going to Angela for the night. My goodness. Okay, guys. Well, I don't know. This stream was kind of all over the place. I feel like it had been a while since I checked in and streamed and said hello. I'm working on a Chris Watts video that I thought was going to be more detailed. It may not end up being that detailed, but I think I'm going to do that as a standalone video to come out somewhat soon. But I wanted to check in and just say hello and let you guys know that I am still out and about. Yes, Cindy, I'm still on vacation. I'm currently at my sister and her husband's house. I have a nephew as of recently, and so I'm hanging out with them. I decided to stay an extra week. Beautiful wife is back in Miami already, and so I wanted to hop in, even though this was kind of a last minute thing. But I'm probably going to have to wrap it soon just because we're going to have to go eat. But I've enjoyed catching up with you guys, and it looks like there's a lot of new people. So thanks to the new people that are here. We didn't get to 500 likes. I didn't think we would, even though there's 500 people in here. But thank you to everyone who's hit that like button, everyone who has subscribed. Let's see where we're at on the channel right now. I'm curious. See if we can't push over a quick milestone with a few people in here right now. I know it's a lot to ask if you've just discovered the channel to subscribe without really seeing any other videos, but go check out the other videos if you have enjoyed this. Check out the rest. of what we have here on the channel. We've been covering a lot of different things. We're going to, of course, continue to cover the Gabby Petito Brian Laundrie case as more information comes out, as it hopefully comes out. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Oh my goodness, we're almost to 12,000 likes. 12,000 subscribers, guys. We're at 11,949. We could get there. Oh my gosh, someone just donated. Buy yourself a coffee. Aw, Julie, thank you so much. Whoops, I'm not going to show that. Okay, whoops. Oh well. Anyways, buy yourself a coffee. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, Julie. Really appreciate it. So yeah, I'll kind of hang out here with some people. Let me try to pull up the live subscriber count. Let's get over 12,000. This would be cool. We're at 11,949. I can pull it up live here. But if you guys have any more information on the Summer Wells case that you want me to cover, there is a link down below that you can fill out. If you just, it basically sends an email to me and I can check an entire spreadsheet thanks to the wonderful Alicia. And then of course you can also find my email in the description on my about page. And so, though we didn't go super in detail today, this was kind of more of me checking in and saying hey to everybody and making sure you guys know that I'm still out there, just taking a bit of a break. And I wanted to live stream yesterday, but like I said, I was just feeling a little under the weather, but I'm feeling much better today. So let's check this live subscriber count out. We're at 11,966. So of the 473 people that are still here, surely there's 44 of you. Is that the right math? That are not subscribed. So let's push it over. I'll keep this up for a minute and read some of the chats. Yes, Chris, I will definitely send her an email on the CC. I appreciate you reminding me. Funny face Brenda. Thank you, Aaron, for looking into Summer's case. Yeah, well, thanks for joining. And like I said, this wasn't insanely informative. We didn't go through a lot, but I kind of wanted to show the map and what people had kind of found with the two polls. I thought that was pretty interesting, and I couldn't take credit for that. And I can't seem to find the video where I found that. So I don't know who to give the proper credit to. If I end up finding that, I will, of course, link it down below since this video is going to go up as a standalone video. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna stick around. We're gonna get to 12,000 together. I'm gonna record it on my phone, and then I'm gonna show all the chat, and then I'm gonna post it. So if we hit 12,000, say something in the chat, and then I'll film it on the screen, and then I'll put that on my Instagram or something later. So, excuse me, not COVID. Also, I saw a few people mentioning that they had gotten over COVID or they are going through COVID right now. Hopefully you all are doing well. Stay safe, stay healthy. The holidays are a tough time to be away from family, so hopefully everyone can stay well. Raindrops, hello again. And to the people who've gotten mugs recently, thank you. Raindrops, I see you. Yeah, I'll get rechecked for sure. Cooper Cool says, "Don't run off." Okay, I'm not gonna run off yet. I'm hanging out for a bit. 25 more. 25 more, guys. 25 more. Let's see. Sometimes it's super delayed too, so it might just like punch through a bunch of them all at once. Let's see. Chris, I think he's been collaborating with her. Yeah, I'm gonna potentially collab with Grizzly at some point. It just hasn't worked out yet that we have been able to meet up and do something together live, but I think it'll only work out when I'm back home because my setup at home is much more fit for more deep dives. And so I'm going to wait to collab with her, but I'm going to reach out to her on Instagram tonight because I do want to mention what Chris and a few others have mentioned with the closed captioning, because I'm sure so many people would like to take advantage of that. But the 12,000th sub should get a free mug. Oh my gosh, that's a good idea, Siegel. I don't know how to figure out who the 12,000th person is. If I can do that, I will. If I can do that, I will. Let's see. Did she pick up Harley to be an alibi? Apparently they hadn't been in touch recently. I don't know. Oh, Angela coming in hot with a trumpet super sticker. Thank you, Angela. You rock. It's good to see people back. Angela, you're doing a great job. Thanks for all you do. Well, thank you for joining again. When I went live today, I was like, I don't know if anyone's going to join. It's been like, it hasn't even been a week since I went live last, but still, I appreciate you guys joining, and thank you to the people sending over some super chats, super stickers. Appreciate it. So I figured for some reason that of the 400 people watching, there had to have been a few that weren't subscribed, so we could potentially push through 12,000 faster. But maybe that's not the case. So this is some anticipation here now. I have to pee. Let's hurry. Teresa, go pee. Don't worry. Don't worry. Oh my goodness. Teresa, I appreciate it. What is oh no, yeah. Soma Hikes, just noticed you're on. Soma, we are just about to hop off now. We're trying to pass 12,000 subscribers live on stream so I can do a video and show everyone on the screen. But now it's going at a snail pace, which happens. We're not worried about it. I'm just enjoying the chat. And I was just talking to people about being in the chat. I appreciate you guys joining again. I know it's been a couple days since I've posted and live streamed, so I was hoping YouTube would still push the content out there. It's going to happen. All right. Oh, here we go. Did we just lose one? I don't even know. I'm going to refresh the page, though. All right. Let's see. It's cool. Raindrop says, that'd be cool to see you reach 12K. All right, we're going to do it together then. I was going to just say, you know what, let's hop off. But Cindy, have a good night. Have a good night to you, too. Lone Seagull. Seagull, have you gotten a mug? I feel like you bought a mug. Maybe. We're going to do a mug giveaway. We're going to do a mug giveaway in a future stream for sure. But I feel like Seagull, did you mention getting one? Maybe I'm mistaking you for someone else with a similar name. But yeah, Cindy, feel better. I hope you feel better soon. And I'm glad I'm finishing up now because my voice has pretty much had enough. As you can tell, it's starting to go out. So we've kind of hit our max for the stream for the day. So this is good. This is good that we're slowly hopping off. Hopping off. Oh, here we go. We're getting close, guys. This is it. It's just going to happen all at once, I feel like. Okay, 5 more. 5 more. Come on, guys. Come on. The anticipation. The anticipation. Hurry so Teresa can go to the bathroom. Also, I think it's delayed, so it's going to be a little bit weird. I don't know how it works, but anyways, I'm seeing some people say that they were like 10 away or 9 away, but it's definitely 5, so the chat comes through a little bit delayed. Okay, here we go. 2 more. Come on. 2 more, guys. Oh, we lost one. Oh, what a shame. Oh, what a shame. The content is not good enough for that person. They're backing out. And in fact, this is usually what happens is people mass unsubscribe right when you get to that edge, right when you're about to tip over the edge. Has it happened? Oh. There it is. 12K. I'm going to record the screen. Love it. Oh, amazing. Nice. We did it. Okay, that was anticlimactic. We waited way too long for that. But we definitely gained some new people even prior to pulling up the live stream because, here's all of the actual, hold on, I got to film these. Oh, wow, there it is. Amazing. Okay, well, that's it. That's a great way to end it. Now everyone's going to unsubscribe. Awesome. Well, I'm going to post that on my Instagram. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, feel free. I don't promote my Instagram a whole lot, but it's just my name, Aaron Mull Films, on Instagram. I'll probably post this clip on Twitter as well, but that's it below me. That's my Twitter, but it's the same thing on Instagram. So feel free. We're also 1 like away from 500, so we just hit that as well. Thank you to the 500th like. I think that about does it. I mean, look for more content in the future. I'm going to be making another Brian Laundrie, Gabby Petito type video talking about the gun. I don't want to live stream about that quite yet because there's not enough to talk about quite yet when it comes to that case. But I do have a couple things to talk about. So there's going to be a gun video. We're going to have a Chris Watts detailed map video. I know that that's an old case, but a lot of people have talked about that, about me wanting to go through the map of that entire thing. So I'm going to work on those in the meantime, but before my next live stream. I don't know when I'm going to go live next. Potentially like Saturday afternoon, but I might go live before then. So hopefully I'm going to have a video that comes out between now and the next live stream. Of course, if something breaking happens with the Summer Wells case, Gabby Petito case, any of the others, we may do that. We'll definitely do that. But until then, definitely stick around, wait for the new videos to come out, and we'll see you guys in a few future live stream. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, everyone. See you, Carla. See you, Nikki. See you, Jenna, Sammy, Addie, Soma. Talk to you guys soon. All right. I see all your comments. Austria over and out. All right. See you guys.